So some mixed views about Eddie Howe. I mean, 16 points off the top of the table now, only one away win, and that was at Sheffield United. But I saw Amanda Staveley say this week he has unequivocal support from above. In other words, the owners are backing him now. It's always worrying when somebody's got to come out and say we're backing the manager, because that means they're thinking about it. But he's got a lot of brownie points, surely, Eddie. Eddie can't be really under pressure, can he?
Well, Graham Potter took the Chelsea job for a 3-year long-term plan, and I said at the time, he loses 6 games, the fans will get you out. You'll get sacked. If you don't win, you get sacked. So he'll be feeling it, Eddie, but, I mean, I know people get bored of injuries, talking about injuries, but they have had it's fact. And I tried to say, I was manager of Doncaster. I had Billy Sharp playing for me. If Billy Sharp gets injured, the other 10 don't look that good. He would get us out of all sorts of problems, and it's nothing to do with coaching, nothing to do with me telling him how to score. At some point, the ball would go in the box and he'd turn it into a goal, and all of a sudden we look like we've played well when we haven't. So if you lose your key players, you aren't going to play the same. If Salah, are Liverpool going to get better if Salah goes to the African nations, 8 games? Whoever they put in instead of Salah is not as good as Salah. So your performances aren't going to be... You're very lucky if it gets better.
You mentioned the injuries, and you're right. But they've got Botman and Byrne and Longstaff and Isak and Joe Linton. They're all fit now. They've got Sunderland, arch local rivals, away in the FA Cup the weekend. Does Eddie have to win that?
Well, I was at Newcastle with Graeme as assistant to Graeme for a number of years. It's a brilliant football club, brilliant city, and the people are lovely. Probably of all the clubs I've been at, they're the nicest I've ever been treated at Newcastle. So I hope they do really well. And if you get it right at Newcastle, I mean, there's 50,000 in the ground. There's another 50 who can't get in. It's just massive football. Everyone goes to work just to buy a Newcastle shirt, not to pay the bills. You get a shirt first. So this fixture against Sunderland it's like Celtic Rangers, the rivalry. And Sunderland have been down in the dumps for a few years, but now they're getting back. Michael Beale's taken over. He can't go in to that game with a weakened team. They've got to win it. I mean, funny you should say this. Shola Amiobi always scored against Sunderland, right? And I was trying to help him. He played in my position. Lovely lad, great lad, from a Christian family, Shola, right? But you can't meet a nicer lad. Anyway, he missed 3 1-on-1s at Wigan. Graeme Souness were walking down the tunnel. They scored in the last minute, beat us. And Graeme says to me, if Shola takes one of them chances, we don't lose the game. I said, well, don't have a go at him. He'll go under. Leave him, don't nail him. No, I want one. So we go in, he starts talking, Graeme, kicking Wigan. He's going, we got beat by Wigan. He goes, Shola. He couldn't help himself, Graeme. He went, Shola, if you score one of them chances, son, if you want to play at this level, you got to take one of them. You can't miss chances like that. We end up getting beat. So he's going, and by the way, I know why you missed them. You don't practice. And he started hammering him. So I've got to go over now as the assistant. So I went, Shola, don't worry, we'll practice all week. Sunderland next week, you always score. So I crossed balls for him for a week, crossing him on his head. Anyway, we get the Sunderland game, 5 minutes in, Edda from a corner, scores, runs over past me, putting his thumb up. 5 minutes later, scores from a free kick, 2-0. Dean Whitehead scored, we won 2-1. So I'll sit down at Saturday night watching Match of the Day, I said to my son, watch this, Shola, watch these. So I'm going, look at that too. So he comes on, Shola, and they went, Shola, great win today, 2 great goals. He goes, yeah, I'd like to thank the Lord for giving me the strength. I went, what did he just say? So, I'd like to thank the Lord. So I thought, I'm going to have him on Monday. So warm up Monday, I wait for everyone to stop, stretching their groins. And I went, Shola, talk me through your interview Saturday night on Match of the Day. He goes, what? I said, I'd like to thank the Lord. I said, where was the Lord last week at Wigan when you missed 3 1-on-1s? He went, well, he was looking after their goalkeeper, wasn't he, last week? He killed me. But he's a great lad. Brilliant. And, I mean, Shola used to score against Sunderland every time we played him. But it's a big game.
They've not got a Shola Amiobi at the moment.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.